Are you tired of feeling stuck? Waking up every morning with the weight of your addiction pulling you down, knowing it's keeping you from becoming the person you want to be? You're not alone. Millions are trapped by addictions, whether it's smoking, alcohol, social media, gaming, overeating, or something else. Addictions come in many forms, but they all share one thing in common. They steal your time, your energy, and your potential. But today, that changes. This video is not just advice. It's your roadmap, your motivation, and your action plan to reclaim your life. So stick with me till the end, because this may be the most important moment of your life. First, let's understand what addiction really is. It's not just about lack of willpower or a personal flaw. Addiction is a cycle, an invisible chain that wraps around you, tightening every time you give in. It's tied to the reward system of your brain, controlled by a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine makes you feel good. It gives you a sense of pleasure and relief. But here's the trap. The more you indulge in your addiction, the more your brain starts demanding it. What used to feel satisfying becomes something you crave just to feel normal. It's a vicious loop, but here's the good news. Your brain is capable of change. You can rewire it. You can break free. Everything starts with one thing, a decision. Right now, I want you to make a decision, a real one. Not the kind of vague promise we make to ourselves at night and forget the next morning. I mean a commitment. Say it out loud. I'm done letting this addiction control me. I'm taking my life back. You might not believe it yet, and that's okay. The act of saying it, of deciding, is the first step in breaking the cycle. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to decide. Now, let's talk about triggers. Why do you turn to your addiction? Is it stress, loneliness, boredom, celebrations? Addiction doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's tied to specific moments, emotions, or situations. Take a few minutes to think about when you usually give in. Write it down if you can. The moment you become aware of your triggers, you weaken their hold on you. Awareness is like a spotlight, and addiction thrives in the shadows. Once you know your triggers, you can prepare for them. You can break the automatic response to reach for that cigarette, that drink, or that phone. But here's something important. You can't just remove an addiction and leave an empty space. Nature doesn't work that way. You need to replace it with something better. What's something you've always wanted to do but never got around to? Maybe it's exercising, meditating, journaling, painting, learning a skill, or just spending more time with loved ones. Every time you feel the urge to indulge in your addiction, channel that energy into your new habit. At first, it will feel unnatural, even forced, but over time, your brain will adapt. The reward system that used to crave the addiction will start to crave the positive habit instead. Now I want you to take on a challenge. 21 days. Why 21? Because studies show it takes about 21 days to rewire your brain and build a new habit. For the next 3 weeks, commit to breaking free. Set small, achievable goals for each day. Don't think about forever, just think about today. Can you make it through today without giving in? That's all you need to focus on. Each day you succeed, you're one step closer to freedom. And yes, there will be hard days. Days where the cravings hit like a storm. On those days, remind yourself why you started. Write it down. Keep it somewhere visible. When the storm passes, you'll realize how strong you really are. Here's something else to keep in mind. You don't have to do this alone. The journey to overcoming addiction is not meant to be a solo mission. Share your decision with someone you trust. It could be a friend, a family member, or even an online community. When you feel weak, they'll remind you of your strength. When you feel like quitting, they'll encourage you to keep going. Support doesn't make you weak, it makes you unstoppable. And if you feel overwhelmed, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists, counselors, and support groups exist for a reason. They've helped thousands of people, and they can help you too. Now let me tell you something that might surprise you. Quitting isn't about being perfect. It's about progress. You might stumble. You might have moments where you slip back into old habits. That's okay. One mistake doesn't erase all the progress you've made. What matters is what you do next. Don't let a bad moment turn into a bad day, or a bad day turn into a bad week. Get back on track as soon as you can. Forgive yourself, but don't give up on yourself. Remember, every time you choose not to indulge in your addiction, you're winning. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the person you want to become. Picture yourself free from this addiction. See yourself waking up with energy, confidence, and pride. That person is not some distant dream. That person is you, waiting to emerge. You have everything you need within you to make this happen. The only thing standing between you and the life you deserve is this addiction. And you are stronger than it. You've already taken the first step by watching this video. You've already started the journey. Now, keep going. Quitting your addiction will fix so much more than you realize. It's not just about breaking a habit. It's about reclaiming your time, your energy, your focus, and your happiness. You'll find that once the chains of addiction are gone, you'll start to solve other problems in your life too. The confidence you build from overcoming this will spill into every other area of your life. You'll become the person you've always known you could be. So take this moment, make the decision, commit to the process. Remember, it's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. And whenever you feel like giving up, come back to this video. Remind yourself of why you started. Remind yourself that you're not alone. And remind yourself that you are capable of amazing things. This is your moment. Your journey starts now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. You've got this. And the person you're becoming is worth every single step you take. Every single step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. When you resist the temptation just once, you're proving to yourself that you have control over your life. And those small victories, they add up. They snowball into larger victories. Each time you say no to your addiction, you're weakening its grip on you and strengthening your resolve. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Think about all the time and energy this addiction has stolen from you. What could you do with that time? What could you accomplish if you were free from its hold? Imagine using that time to pursue your dreams, to spend with loved ones, or to simply live a life that you're proud of. The life you want is not out of reach. It's waiting for you, just on the other side of this struggle. But let's be real, it won't always be easy. There will be days when the cravings feel unbearable. Days when your mind tries to convince you that giving in just this once won't hurt. That's your addiction talking. It wants to survive. It wants to pull you back into its cycle. In those moments, remind yourself of your why. Why are you doing this? Maybe it's for your health. Maybe it's for your family. Maybe it's for your future. Hold on to that reason tightly. Let it be your anchor. And don't underestimate the power of small daily habits. Start your day with intention. Wake up and tell yourself, today I will win. Today I will take one more step toward freedom. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it seems. If you make it through one day, that's an accomplishment. If you make it through 1 hour, that's still a step in the right direction. Focus on one moment at a time, and the days will take care of themselves. Another thing to remember, setbacks are not failures. They are a part of the process. If you slip up, don't beat yourself up. Don't let guilt or shame pull you down. Instead, analyze what happened. What triggered the relapse? How can you avoid it next time? Use every setback as a learning opportunity. Each time you fall and get back up, you're proving to yourself how resilient you are. Think of your journey like climbing a mountain. The peak might feel far away, but with every step, you're getting closer. The climb is tough, but the view from the top will be worth it. And remember, You're not climbing alone. There are others on this journey too. You're part of a community of people who have faced the same struggles and have found the strength to overcome them. Learn from their stories. Let their victories inspire you. And when you've made it to the top, your story will inspire others too. Visualize your future self again, the version of you who has broken free from this addiction. Picture the confidence in their eyes, the lightness in their step, the pride they feel knowing they took control of their life. That's who you're fighting for. That's who you're becoming. And every moment you resist the pull of your addiction, you're one step closer to being that person. You have to believe in yourself. Even if it feels hard right now, even if the journey seems overwhelming, you have the strength to do this. Everything you need is already inside you. The courage, the discipline, the determination, it's all there. And the fact that you're still here listening means you've already started the process. You've already taken the first steps toward freedom. And don't forget to reward yourself for your progress. When you hit milestones, whether it's 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month without your addiction, celebrate it. Treat yourself to something you enjoy, something that makes you feel good about how far you've come. These rewards reinforce the positive changes you're making and give you the motivation to keep going. As you continue on this journey, you'll start to notice changes. Maybe your mind feels clearer. Maybe you have more energy. Maybe you feel a sense of pride and accomplishment you haven't felt in a long time. These changes are proof that you're transforming. They're proof that the work you're putting in is paying off. There's a quote I want you to remember. Every next level of your life will demand a different version of you. Breaking free from addiction is about becoming the next version of yourself, the version that is stronger, wiser, and more in control. And as you move forward, you'll realize that the lessons you've learned on this journey will serve you in other areas of your life. You'll approach challenges with more resilience. You'll face setbacks with more grace. You'll see obstacles as opportunities to grow. You are not defined by your addiction. You are defined by your ability to rise above it. You are stronger than you know, and every moment you choose freedom over bondage, you're proving that to yourself and the world. This is your moment. This is your time. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let doubt keep you chained. The life you want is within your reach. All you have to do is take the next step. Keep moving forward. Keep believing in yourself. You've got this. And when you look back on this journey, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for choosing to take control of your life. Remember, this isn't the end. It's the beginning. The beginning of a new chapter, a better chapter, a chapter where you are free to live the life you've always wanted. Now, go make it happen.